So we're just putting a little oil on here. That's going to help it slip across the shaft a little bit easier. You use any kind of oil. I'm using gear lube. Use assembly lube, or you can use engine oil. And a socket or something along those lines is great for putting it in. We're going to press it in with just a punch here, gently, but a socket would work good also. Okay, we're just cleaning off, making sure we don't have any oil from putting our seal on. This is a dry fit, so you don't want to have any oil in there. And that's about all that takes. And we put our bolt back in. This is a 6mm bolt. Now we've got the engine in gear, remember, helps us get a little torque on this thing. Okay, we're going to put the stator on with the frame. Now one of the things you want to watch out for is the brushes. So we stick a little business card in there to try to help us push them up. Don't tell John I'm using his business card for this. And then we just align up the bolt holes. And then we can pull out business card. So we just tighten up these till they're really nice and snug. Now it's just got to get them and work them. And make sure you get them all started first. Otherwise you could be slightly out of alignment and never be able to get the last one in. So we're going to reconnect up the diode board. We put on all our new wires already. The red over here on the right side. The yellow here is on the Y terminal. And then U, V, and W all go to the stator. They're all black. It doesn't matter which way they go. And all you got to do is make sure you grab the wire on the back side, which connects to the back of the diode board, the D positive, and connect that up before you do this. Now you can also see underneath here we hooked up some extra ground wires to give us a lot of grounding, so there's a ground on all four of these. So we are well grounded, which was a problem in the original design. With the solid mounts and all these ground wires, we shall not have a problem with grounding. And then you just bolt it up, and you'll notice that our nuts are all the nuts here will not come off. They have the nylon on the inside, so they will lock on. Okay, we're reconnecting the wires. We've got the red. This goes back to the starter coil. We've already hooked it up back there. We've got the original wires that go to the brush, and we're just going to reconnect the original wires. Some of the few wires that stay from the original harness. We've got the yellow wire, which goes to the center of the stator. That comes off the diode board, and we'll hook up right here. And we made sure we brought it in behind these other ones. Then we've got our 3 wires. They can go to any one off the diode board. And I just take the shortest one and go to the closest. So we're just attaching the new voltage regulator. So we went and put our front case back on. Now on the PD, these particular bars, the engine protection bars, get in the way a little bit, so you have to slide in from underneath, and don't forget you got a pin on the bottom. Then we put our starter cover back on. Remember, the fin here goes toward the front, and then we bolted our air cleaner back all together. Good time to replace that air cleaner while you're in there. Okay, the last thing we're doing here is we're putting in a charging light bypass switch, because on the BMW, the stock system, when the charging light burns out, you stop charging. So with a little resistor wire we have here, we're going to bypass that. So the light will still work, but if it does burn out, it won't stop the system. We have two ways of hooking up here. One thing we have to do is we have to pierce a set of wires. We have a wire piercer termination here, so it's just got a sharp point on it, and all you have to do is strip the wire back. You stick it right next to the metal and connect it up. That connects the back side. Tighten it up nice and good, and then on the front side we'll grab one of these two blue wires, separate them out, put them in the holder this side first, and then connect up. And that'll pierce that wire and give us our connection. Now on the other side you can use the wire piercing terminal, or we have to hook in with this green wire here, and what we've actually got is a splitter. So we can hook up like this, and then I'll disconnect this one so we can get it in there, and there we go. And now our system will work even if our charging light burns out. Okay, the last thing, very last thing we do here, we already put the tank back on, just so we've got it there. Very last thing before you do get ready to start it, but you don't want to do it any sooner than you've got everything on the front back together, is connect the negative terminal on the battery back up. We'll double check our voltage now, and we got about 12.5, almost 12.6 volts. And we're ready to start it and make sure we're charging. See, we're charging. We're up to 13.9 at idle. High idle. Well, so there you go. This is Tom and Clay with EME. We've completed our alternator change out here. We estimate 2 to 3 hours for you to get this done. And there you go. And now you can go ahead and put all your lights on here. You can put it on your stereo system, whatever you want, because you now have the amperage it'll take to run all those accessories.